Good morning. I am Dr. Mary Ruffin-Harrell, the Executive Director here at the C.S. Brown Regional Cultural Arts Center and Museum located in Winton, North Carolina. We're just grateful today for Miss Diamond Smith from Dream Graphics LLC, who has come to help us do an online tour. This activity is being sponsored by the North Carolina Arts Council. Come on in. As we enter the doors, the first thing you will see is the auditorium. When it was a school, they used to have all of their plays and assemblies here. Now that it is a museum and a cultural arts center, we've had the same type of activities such as plays, and we've had family reunions in here, wedding receptions, class reunions, recitals, and group gatherings. So we move further. We're going to go into our first museum room. Our first museum room is entitled the African Art Room. This room contains artifacts and other items from West Africa. These artifacts were donated by Mr. Ben Watford during the opening of the museum. And you see this newspaper clipping of him and his wife that was put in our local newspaper at that particular time. This used to be a high school, and so on our walls we have pictures of some of the graduating classes of C.S. Brown High School. This also, we have one of the first diplomas that was presented to high school students when it was Waters Normal Institute. And this was the diploma for Ms. Rosa Beatrice Watson. The second museum room is a room where we have collected some of Dr. Brown's original works and furniture. A lot of the documents have been archived in Raleigh, North Carolina, because of the deterioration. So we don't have a lot of his paperwork in here. Our third museum room is the artifacts room that has a collection of the Meherrin Indian tribes that used to be in the Winton area. And in here we've housed many of their artifacts, some agricultural items that were used during that particular time. All of these pieces are very, very interesting. This is our fourth museum room, and it is a room that houses some of the items from Miss Alice J. Nickens' classroom. So this is an antique classroom. Miss Nickens was one of the teachers during the high school period. She lived to be probably close to 100 years old and was still very, very active. Our final display area in the museum is the Robert L. Holloman Conference Room. Reverend Dr. Robert L. Holloman was a North Carolina State Senator that served during the years of 2003 to 2007 prior to his demise. His wife, Reverend Velma Holloman donated these items to the museum, and we're grateful. This room is not one of the museum rooms, but just wanted to make you aware that we do have a full kitchen in the Cultural Arts Center. And when people had reunions and family activities, they were able to use this kitchen area for their food.